What if I told you that you can save $20,000 more every year without working any additional hours and without saying no to spending more money? Sounds too good to be true, right? It probably sounds like one of those ads that YouTube pushes onto these sorts of channels. But here's the truth. This is in fact one of the biggest secrets in the personal finance industry that not enough number of people are talking about. People talk about saving money because it seems to the brain that saving £5 more here and there is easier. Saving $100 a month is easier than actually saving $20,000 in the year without working harder, without sacrificing how you want to spend money. In this episode, I'm going to talk exactly to that, how you can save more without cutting back on your spendings. The first pillar to that is increase your income. Increasing your income can come in various shapes and forms. You can try and get a raise at your current job, ask for a promotion, ask for a hike, demonstrate the value that you are providing, you are bringing to the organization, and on the back of that, ask for a certain percentage back of that value that you are providing to the organization as a raise on your salary. If that fails, go out and look for a job in the market. Within my 6-figure club, I help people find jobs. I also help you write your resume through a self-paced course that I will link down below in the description box. But go find a job. Finding a job is actually one of the hardest things that you will do, especially as you grow up in your career, because you have other liabilities in your life, probably family to look after, probably your work pressure has increased as well. And also, sometimes job search feels extremely lonely. However, what research has found is that you tend to increase your salary far more if you change your job than if you were just to get a raise at your job. Which is why, if you ask me, I would always suggest that you go change your job every 3 to 4 years. Of course, you want to get some skills in every job that you get to. You also want to contribute back, not just take money and run. So for me, 3 to 4 years feels like a good amount of time that you would want to stay in a job if you are not seeing consistent increments, if you are not seeing career progression in your job. So get a salary hike. Every time you change jobs, you are probably getting at least a 30-40% salary hike. In many cases, my students have gotten 50, 60, in some cases 100% salary hikes, which is unheard of. But there are some people in the community who are extremely talented, not saying that that's everyone. They are absolute outliers. However, there are some people for whom this has been possible. The next thing you could do is start a side hustle. Now, if getting more money through the door was your primary objective and saving all of that, I would highly encourage you to go and look into side hustles. These could be mowing someone's lawn all the way to delivering something on Uber Eats or driving an Uber. You could get super creative with this. One of my favorite side hustles back in the day was to create written content for entrepreneurs, influencers, and so on. So I have produced tons and tons of website content, SEO content. And in fact, that is something that I believe I have spoken about in a previous episode. But there's this caveat that I will draw between side hustles and business. Side hustles are generally something that you want to do to get more money through the door. Businesses, however, are something that you want to build. So with side hustles, you keep all profits. With businesses, however, you want to channel in some of the profits and probably initially all of the profits back into the business and then some more to grow it to a particular level. And once it gets there, you are still continually reinvesting. The percentage share might vary year by year as you plan your financial projections and so on. However, with a business, this is slightly different. If you want to save $20,000 a year, don't start a business, start a side hustle. Now, earning more money is simply not just the answer, which is why people talk about saving more money. But at the beginning of this episode, I told you I will not ask you to save more money. However, what I would suggest is that you avoid lifestyle inflation. So if you get that £30,000 raise or a $50,000 raise, try and spend only a few $1,000s out of that rather than consuming that entire increased income that you saw as a result of getting that higher paying job or a side hustle. And one of the best ways to do this is by automating your money to go into a savings account directly. Before you even think about spending it, this money is going in to your savings account. And then what gets left behind is this pot of money that you can spend without feeling guilty about it. And you are therefore saving more. Very likely you are not working harder, unless of course you are doing the side hustle, in which case you are working harder. But if you are in a 9-to-5 job with a higher salary, you have just increased your wage per hour rather than increase the number of hours that you are working. So you are not working harder, you are working smarter, you are increasing the dollar value of your hour, and additionally, you are getting to see some reward as well for the extra hard work that you have put in. For example, finding a job, and you have reaped the rewards, but also gotten to save more money. So actually, saving $20,000 more every year without sacrificing your spending is really simple. I won't say it's easy, it's really simple. If you want to come join us within the Six Figure Club, or if you just want to hop onto my insider list to get emails that I only send out to my email list, I will put the links in the description box below. Come join us inside. And if you enjoyed this, you might enjoy something like this or this. And if you haven't subscribed, my friend, please consider doing so, because it does help the channel out a lot. And if you are subscribed, drop in a comment. It motivates me so much to keep creating content like this for you. And I'll see you the next time. Bye.